Okay, so this is it. My final moments in Wuhan. The school van is gonna come pick me up. My company car is gonna come pick me up and take me to the airport in like 10-15 minutes. So I figured I'd just make this real quick and try to load it before I get on the car, in the car. It might not have time to load, I don't know. But I am on the last flight out of Wuhan. I finally got the email from the embassy confirming my time yesterday or the day before, whatever. But and they did say that there are no further evacuations being coming from Wuhan at this time, unless something else goes like drastically wrong. The U.S. isn't planning any other evacuation flights from Wuhan. So I made it on the very last flight, and there's still the private and public transportation bans. So in order to even get to the airport, like get myself to the airport, we had to register all of our drivers' information with the embassy so that the embassy could give it to the Chinese government, because there's roadblocks and checkpoints everywhere, and you have to be able to confirm that you are given permission from the government to travel on the road at that time for that purpose, like confirming ID numbers and just like actual craziness. So I'm lucky enough that there's a few other people from my school leaving on this flight as well. So we have one driver from school, and then another guy who works at the school who's kind enough to help transport us all. So we gave all that information, and hopefully we can get through the checkpoints without anything going wrong. So I'm not sure how much room there will be in the vehicle to pack, like to bring things, and I'm not sure how much room there's going to be in the airplane. I saw the manifest, and there is a lot of people on it. It's going to be really packed. So I wasn't really sure, so I just packed one regular backpack and then one smaller backpack to try and get me through, because I wasn't sure if I brought a real suit, like a big regular size suitcase, the weight limit would be fine, but space wise, I don't know if I could get it into the school van, and if there would be room on the airplane as well, because just anything can happen at this point. So I was like, all right, keep my luggage small enough to keep with me and on me. So I have one big backpack and a smaller backpack. And that's what I'm taking with me to get through 2 weeks of quarantine. And if there's any time to see my family after that, or if I just turn right around and come back here, I don't know what the situation really is. But I'm sure that everything will be crazy going forward from here, and I'll probably have a lot more to update you on for the conditions of quarantine and how we're treating it, and just how everything's going. I'm also going to be doing distance learning with my students, so I'm trying to and that was the reason I was hesitant to go in the first place, was because I wanted to be able to still fulfill my job duties. But I am really worried about how this is actually going to go, because I'm going to try to be teaching and sending out resources and links and lesson plans and communicating with parents constantly and answering questions. And first of all, I'm going to be in the air for like 20 plus hours. It's probably going to be closer to 30, because we have to drop off some Canadians in Canada too. So it's probably going to be like 30 hours in the air that I'm not going to have access to anything. And then once we get to quarantine, I don't know what those accommodations are going to look like either. It could be like a hotel that we have to reimburse the government for, or just pay for ourselves straight up. Or it could be something more like army barracks. I know we are being quarantined on an Air Force base, or not Air Force, sorry, military. We're being quarantined on a military base. I don't know what kind of accommodations we're going to have at all. So there's a really lot of unknowns. I don't know I think I'm going to Southern California to land. And then there's certain military bases that are like the ones for quarantine. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to land. I don't know really where quarantine is. I don't know if hopefully I know that I have to stay the mandatory 14 days. Hopefully I don't have to stay more than that and I don't get sick or anything. So hopefully I get out after 14 days. I don't know how long I'll have until I have to turn right around, because if the Wuhan airport opens up their commercial airlines again, then the second I'm out of quarantine, I have to get right back for school, and I would be so livid if that was the case. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have between quarantine and coming back to see my family. I don't know how I'm going to complete distance learning or get Wi-Fi or data. I don't have an American SIM card and I don't have international data. So my phone's going to be pretty much useless except for like some downloaded podcasts. Once I leave the country, I won't have a way to contact anyone unless I can find Wi-Fi. And I'm just feeling all the unknowns really heavily right now, and it's making me a little worried, but I know it'll be fine. I'm packed. I know roughly where I'm going. I know other people have gone through this process before me, and there's other people going with me, and we're all gonna like figure it out together. I know it'll be fine, but just like feeling it, you know. So, but it turns out I am glad I'm going though, because right now, like, things are continuing, even though the recovery rate is rising, they want it to continue to rise, so security is getting stricter in Wuhan. My complex I can still leave, but there are other apartment complexes around us where the guards won't even let them out. They're not allowed to leave their complex. And there's all these road checks and security blocks that are getting a little heftier as well. And as of today, they started a new security measure where they are doing body temperature checks on every single person in Wuhan. So they're coming door to door, they're going from apartment to apartment, home to home, and they're checking the body temperature of every single person. I have no idea how they have the manpower, time, and organizational skills to execute that, because that is a lot of people, and they're doing it daily. Every single day, someone will be checking everybody's temperatures. I don't know how that even works, but they effectively quarantined a city of 11 million, so I believe that they can get it done. But I am happy to be leaving. Even though things are seeming to improve, like nationally, things are still pretty strict here, and I want to see my family, but it is a little nerve-wracking. All right, so I have like 3 minutes to go grab the last of my things, put my shoes on. I have to go get in the van now. It's time for me to go to the airport. Wish me luck, guys. Thanks for all of you who have already been wishing me luck. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.